everyone, today we are going to be making bruschetta, or as we say here in the US, bruschetta. This is such an easy appetizer to make, and actually I like to eat it as my main dish for a meal because it is just so delicious. It has so many amazing flavors, and I'm going to show you the classic way to make bruschetta, the Italian way, but also with a modern twist. I have 4 tomatoes. Some are just a regular Roma tomato, and the other is an heirloom tomato. The more different types of tomatoes that you use in this dish, the better tasting it will be. So we're just going to take our tomatoes and dice them. It doesn't matter if the pieces are small or big, it depends on how you like them because it's delicious either way. We're going to take our diced tomatoes and put them into a bowl. Okay, so this is my spin on bruschetta. Instead of using fresh basil, which you can, and that's fine, you'll want about 5 to 6 leaves of basil. But instead what I do is if I have on hand some pesto, I put in about a tablespoon or 2 of pesto, and this gives it even more flavor. So I'm going to add a tablespoon of pesto, and I have a recipe, I'll link it down in the description box, and you can use that recipe as well. I'm going to add about a tablespoon of olive oil. You want to use the best type of olive oil that you can. We're going to sprinkle on some salt, just a little bit, because you can always salt it once you're done. Finally, we're adding just a little bit of balsamic vinegar, maybe about a teaspoon, and we'll mix this all together. Now for the bread. I bought this country Italian bread from the grocery store. You can use whatever kind of bread you want. We can use baguettes as well, French bread. What we're going to do is we're going to cut this, and we're going to cut it at a diagonal. That way we can have more space for the tomato. First we're just going to cut off the end. Then we're going to start to cut it diagonally. Okay, this is the most important step. Some recipes will tell you to just go ahead and put this in the oven and bake it. Don't listen, because this is how you make the authentic part of the Italian bruschetta. What we're going to do is we're going to take our piece of bread and we're going to put some olive oil on top of it, or you can use some vegan butter if you want to use that. And then we're going to brown it on a cast iron skillet. Now, if you don't have a cast iron skillet, that's okay. You can use your regular frying pan, but a cast iron skillet just makes it even more delicious. So I am going to use my vegan butter. You can just use some olive oil on it, but we're just going to have a light layer of either vegan butter or olive oil. You want to make sure that you're buttering both sides of the bread. Okay, we're going to turn the pan on a medium heat. You can see it's very warm. I'm just going to place this down. And we'll leave it on one side for 2 to 3 minutes until it's nice and brown, and then we'll flip it over for another 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, our bread is finished, so now all we have to do is put our tomatoes on top of the bread, and it's done. Okay, the bread is finished. You want to make sure that you have those nice grill marks on it, and it's going to be nice and crispy. That way all those juices in our tomatoes are not just going to seep through that bread. But now we're ready to plate it. And put a couple big tablespoons of this tomato on top of that bread. our bruschetta is finished. So you can use this at parties, you can just have it for dinner with your family, and it's a great way to eat more tomatoes as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Be sure to subscribe.